Good morning, traders. This is Byao from London. It's Wednesday, the 27th of July, and the currency pair I'm still looking at this week is the euro dollar. And my bias is still to the downside. If you look at the daily chart, price literally broke above this trend line yesterday, which telling me I should be going bullish. But uh, another look at this, you could say that price is making a lower high since May. So the recent high yesterday was lower than the previous high. So my bias is still to the downside. However, this will be a very cautious trade as price has broken above this trend line. Right. So if I go to a smaller chart, which is the 4-hour chart frame, there's a lot of lines here. So just bear with me. It looks like madness, but there's method to the madness. If I just take this out, so you can see what I'm talking about. Right. Basically, what we have is two different harmonic patterns defining the same resistance zone. So from my interpretation, this could be a very strong resistance zone and price should bounce to the downside. The first one here is basically the butterfly pattern and the bat pattern. If if we look at this 5-point structure here, this from this point, that's X, A, B, C, and D at this point, and you have another one which is the bat pattern, which is X, A, B, C, D. So literally these two patterns are sharing the same A, B, C point here, but the starting point of them, X, is different. So ideally, if you just look at this from here, that would be X, A, B, C, D. And you've got a bat. If you put in more data, then you got a bat pattern as well, which is X, A, B, C, D. So literally, this pattern, the first one, the butterfly pattern, which is basically B, is approximately 70.86 Fibonacci retracement of the XA leg, and you've got your 161.8 extension of the BC leg and 100% extension of the XA leg. Sorry, of the AB leg projected from the C point. Now, obviously, because these two patterns share the same point A, B, C, then this the extension from BC and the extension of the BC leg and the extension of the AB leg from the C point here will literally be the same for both patterns. So we've got these two price levels here. Now, the third price level for the butterfly pattern will be literally 127% extension of the XA leg, which is at the upper bound of the resistance zone. That's 1.517. Now for the bat pattern, the BC leg, the extension of the BC leg, and the AB leg is still the same, but the last price level for that will be the 88.6 retracement of the XA leg, which is right in the middle of the resistance zone defined by the bat pattern, by the butterfly pattern at 1.4491. So literally, butterfly pattern upper boundary is 1.4517, and that of the bat pattern is 1.4491. So literally, the bat pattern defines a resistance zone that is actually inside out of the butterfly pattern. So that makes it more significant. And another analysis, if you look at the recent price action, you've got an RSI divergence here. When price made new high here, RSI just level off. So that's telling me the upward in the near time, the upward movement is limited, and we should be looking to the downside. Also, if you look at the last 4-hour candle, this one right here is literally a doji, an hanging man, which is again is a bearish bearish candle, telling me price should be moving downwards in the near time. So these are like four different technical analysis that's telling me price should bounce at this zone, and that's exactly what I'm looking to trade. So I've got two different patterns with resistance zone. In the resistance zone, I've got an RSI divergence, and the last candle is an hanging man. So those are pretty good reasons for me to want to go short. So that being said, I had an entry at 1.4490, which has been triggered at the moment. I'll be looking to add to this position once price close below this level at 1.4460. So I'm already in this trade, to be honest. Now in terms of management of the trade, obviously this break above the trend line makes me very cautious about this trade, even though on the 4-hour chart there's enough compelling evidence that a short is going short right now. It's good. So but what I want to do is I'll keep in mind that the price could basically retrace and break upwards because of this trend line, because of this break above the trend line here, right? So let me just delete this. So in terms of managing trade and target, what I'll do is I've connected this point A and C, and we've got a nice uptrend line. So what I'll be looking to do, I'm looking for price to basically move towards the towards this trend line. When price approaches this trend line, I'll literally tighten up my stop, because price could literally bounce from this trend line and break upwards and just follow this just continue this bullish movement, but nobody knows that for sure. So I'll be going short for now. Be very cautious. If price approaches this trend line, then and if I'll literally just watch price action when it approaches this trend line. If I have some kind of bullish candle, or maybe a long wick or something like that, then I'll know probably price is going upward, and I just want to close out my trade and take profit off the table. But if price managed to close below this trend line, then I want to manage my trade using the Fibonacci retracement of the AD leg. So if price closes below this, then the next target will be 38.6 retracement of the AD leg, which is at 1.4220, I believe, which is at 1.4270. Sorry, I'll just right there. If price closes below this line, then the next target is here, which is actually just around this point B, which is 1.4270. And if price continues downward, then next one is 1.4105. And obviously, if this is a reversal as opposed to retracement, if price just keeps coming down, if this was like a false breakout and price is gonna continue downwards, then if price close, just delete this. If price close below the 88.6 retracement of the AD leg, which is 1.3917, then there should be much room to the downside for price to move. So that will be all for today. So to summarize, we've got butterfly pattern, bat pattern defining this resistance zone. We've got RSI divergence, we've got a hanging man, which all points to downward movement in the near term. However, there's a price broke below this trend line here. I'm sorry, above this trend line, which means price could rally upward. So that being said, entry order at 1.4490, which has been triggered. You could add more short once price closes below this resistance zone, if you like. And when price approaches this trend line, tighten the stop, because price might just bounce and break upward. However, if price closes below this, then the first target is 1.4270, which is the 38.6 retracement of the AD leg. Then you want to watch the next level at 1.4105 and 1.3917. So that will be all. Thank you very much for listening, and good luck trading.